Okay, welcome back to the third video in the R is my Mistress series. We're continuing to look at some export and import numbers we go to it by year and by U.S. dollars, and also by row numbers. We've narrowed our data set down to just imports and exports. Because originally, as you'll see, that there was 4 entries in the flow field. Was import, export, re-import, and re-export. But we converted those re-exports and re-imports into imports and exports. Okay, now we have 2 classifications. Okay, and then what you saw in the last video is kind of where we are right here. Okay, all right. Initially, we read the code in from a SQL Server-like database. Then we extracted the data we need, which is the flow and the trade USD numbers. Then we did a query to pull this. Then we did a row count by flow, and as you can see, in terms of the number of, if we say each row is in order, or each, then we can say that they've had more. Well, this isn't good, is it? Really? So in terms of the number of rows, interesting. They've had more imports than exports overall. I mean, if we assume that this is the numbers for a company, and these are their transactions, then this organization had more imports and exports, which is not what you really want to have. Okay. So let's run this for much. Yeah. So again, this is imports, exports. So they imported more than they exported. But what about in terms of dollars? Okay, in terms of dollars, it looks like the exports are slightly ahead of imports. Okay. Then we're going to separate the data into 2 tables: imports and exports. Now we're going to try to create a date series beginning with 2000 going to 2020. And the idea is we have it goes through and it creates the first 20 rows, which is the dates. Then it starts back over with 2000 and does it again over and over again. Okay. But last time I looked at this, it didn't quite work right. So this time we're going to create the data set. Okay. We're going to create the data set. We're going to add it on, create a new column on our exports data frame. Then we're going to try to write it up to our SQL Server-like database, which you saw above. All right. So let's go over here now. So let's take a look at just the raw numbers here. See what it looks like. Okay. Oh, okay. What we have to do is we have to come back over here, and first of all, we need to convert what? See, that's what happens. Okay. If you try to import a date column, all right, because if you try to import a date column, it tries to interpret it as a number, apparently. So you saw what you got over here, right? this is supposedly our dates here, all right? Which of course it isn't. Okay, so let's try this again. And this may be locked in a database. Let's do this. So we convert it to a text field, then we convert it back to a date field down here. Could the problem be let's try this one more time. Now that we're using the C. And if this works right, what we're going to do is we're simply going to create a table uh, called, exports yearly or something like that. Because what the trouble was, as you recall, when I was trying to do a row count by day by year, which is okay, I just got the series of the same date over and over again in an account of one, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, so that's good. So let's start by doing a distinct uh, yearly date. Oh, so what it's doing. Oh no, that's not what we want, is it? So is it actually giving us a day number then? Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, but there should be. That would mean that there is only going to be one rope. Interesting. Well, that certainly is an interesting count. Wait. Okay. I got this wrong again, don't I? This is supposed to be exports. Well, remember, our goal is to keep this to under 30 minutes, no more than 30 minutes. Okay, let's take another quick look here then. I mean, the code, of course, was correct. It's just that we weren't looking at the right data. Okay, let's just do a quick thing here with ChatGPT again. No, can't I just do a select into? Uh, it could be something as simple as, here we go. Here we go. Provided that this actually is for SQ, it is for, ultimately, it's about results. Now, I have a hunch. I'm just not sure. So incident exports data, unit count, total sales. Select. You know what? Let's go back over to one of my favorite sites. I don't think I've actually been on. Okay. Well, shoot. Okay. What we can do is we can create the table. Right. Oh, this is a subtle reminder. That is that in actual fact, SQL SQLite doesn't enforce any data types. Okay. Let's create this. Do we want to do a group by? Well, this is called exports daily, so. Now, this wasn't actually what we started out wanting. Remember that, okay? Uh, but you know what? Let's just go with it, shall we? All right. So now we come back over here. All right, we have the original exports table, right? Yeah. So we have the original daily numbers in the export date. So now we come back over here. Get rid of this for the time being. Back over here. So we're down somewhere down in here now. So let's come back over here, and that's the query. Then let's do a summary. Oh, hang on. All right, let's see. Okay, so we need to come back down here then. What happens if we said, so if we use the official export? And you can see the numbers do fluctuate. Certainly the total sales. And the row count is doesn't change a whole lot. Okay, doesn't change a whole lot. So now let's come back over here. And I'm not quite sure. So the year 2000 on to 2020. So that's right. Then we got the row count pretty much stay the same. I'm not sure how we got a row count of 1. But anyway, you can see the minimum, the maximums, first quartile, second quartile. Don't know what that is. All right. So now let's come over here. Let's make this just trade in US dollar. Well, no, we can. So instead of creating a yearly table with individual rows being years, we actually created the entire data set from January 1st, 2020 to 2000 to December 31st, 2020. So that's we still got what? We still got over 400 rows of data for each day. Okay, so now let's do this, and hopefully, we could just do this. Because it's already reduced down. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Again? Are we talking about the same table here? Because you saw we had some ranges in there. So let's come over here and make sure Why does 2020 have this big jump for? Okay. The cliffhanger continues. All right, the cliffhanger continues. I'm going to bring this stream to a close. So I thought we were actually on to something there with the SQL. Okay, that's I'm not quite sure why that's not acting as expected. Okay,